My primary goal in creating the Paid to Build Your List system stems from my 5 years of being an online marketer, and during this time, the number of people I have seen fail compared to the number I've seen succeed is like comparing a mountain to an anthill. I've often thought if people really knew how much time I've spent learning and applying over and over again until I finally developed effective skills that led to a successful online business, they may reconsider pursuing online marketing and choose digging ditches for a living to be a better alternative. And if you could count on an honest answer from all of the other successful online marketing gurus, they would tell you the same thing. It takes a ton of time to learn and even more frustration, and it definitely isn't as easy as most want you to believe, so you'll buy whatever they have to offer. Please don't get me wrong, I think learning is very important and is what helps all of us grow, but everyone needs some success along the way to keep us in the game. I believe one of the primary reasons for failure is because most people focus on the wrong thing. Their focus is on promoting the next greatest business opportunity, and so they fail miserably. Then they join yet another, this is the best opportunity, and the cycle continues. Their focus should be on generating a never-ending supply of targeted prospects, regardless of what they promote. Most simply don't have a clue how to generate a list of targeted leads for their business. This isn't just a good idea to do or learn, it is vital to one's success. The money truly is in the list, period. One night in early January 2013, not long after I had just spent $2,500 to run a solo ad with one of these online marketing gurus, and after wrestling for years seeing hordes of people fail online, I woke up with the Paid to Build Your List concept. The pieces of the list building system seemed to come together on that night. Since that day, PBL has evolved into much more than what I first envisioned. It is a very simple concept, but very powerful. And at the end of this short video, I will share with you the most powerful feature you've ever experienced before that will cause swarms of people scrambling to join, and is designed to jumpstart anyone's list, especially those who have not had much, if any, success in the past. I can't begin to describe how excited I am about sharing it with you. It is flat out a game changer. In a nutshell, the PBL system leverages the efforts of one another to help each other build a massive list, just like the online marketing gurus and Facebook and Twitter. Here's what the gurus do to bring in huge number of new leads on a continual basis. They create a new product or service, and then they promote it to each other's email list, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, and a myriad of other social networking communities. As a result, this exponentially builds their list from the contacts they gather from all of their other online marketing guru pals. They leverage the efforts and the list of others. Then they simply create another product or service and do it over and over again. Facebook and Twitter and the other social networking communities use the same concept of leverage sharing. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You start out with a handful of personal friends or contacts who liked your Facebook page or Twitter page, and so they join in the fun. You then post, you like, you share, and you tweet, so you'll attract more friends and followers from your friends and followers, and then even more friends and followers from your newfound friends and followers you got from your original handful of friends and followers, and so on. Soon your initial handful of friends and followers seem insignificant, as they have now grown exponentially and continue to grow daily. But it all started with you and just a few others sharing. Facebook has become a giant because of this leverage sharing concept. Think about the fact that they started with 3 college students who helped form and share it back in February of 2009. And today, 2013, they have over 1 billion members. Twitter's story is very similar, except it was started by just one man in 2006, and by the end of 2012 had over 500 million users. So what happens with the online marketing gurus and Facebook and Twitter is nothing more than people sharing their contacts, friends, and followers in exchange for gathering more contacts, friends, and followers from those they've shared with. And I think it would be safe to say you haven't been paid a dime from either of them from growing their popularity through your connections. That is all about to change. The PBL system provides all users the opportunity to build a large list rapidly and get paid instantly for doing so. You get to use our leveraged lead sharing system to build a gigantic list without the high cost and all of the headaches of creating your own websites, videos, products, and the dozens of other frustrating and time-consuming activities associated with creating an effective online presence. We have spent a significant amount of money and countless hours in creating the PBL system, so you don't have to, but you get to reap the rewards. Here is how it works. In the online marketing space, we often refer to one's contact list as a lead, prospect, or marketing funnel. At PBL, we refer to it as your connections funnel. Our goal is very simple: to help you build a gigantic funnel and to make connections with those people who go in it. A funnel that is always producing new targeted contacts for whatever you choose to promote. To accomplish this, we implemented the same lead sharing concept used by the gurus, Facebook, Twitter, and the other social networking giants, leveraging the efforts of others who are willing to share contacts with one another. Every new contact list builder is provided with their own complete PBL system linked to them. It includes the intro video site, a member area that includes a contact tracking system, and connecting and getting to know your contact pages, and list building training section, including connecting with your list video series, and list builder marketing tools, and a list builder calculator and analysis. As a new member list builder, once you log into the member area, the system generates and displays a list of 30 other list builders in the form of these little funnels. These 30 list builder positions are the catalyst in determining the potential size of your list. You will need to decide how many of these list builders you want to share with, get added to their list. And the number you choose plays a very significant role on your own list, so choose wisely. Let me explain. Your decision determines several things. First, the number of list builders you choose to share with determines how many will share with you. If you select one, then just one will be added to your list. If you select 30, then all 30 will be added to your list. Secondly, the number of list builders you choose to share with determines how many generations of list builders you'll have helping you build your list from 0 to 30. Keeping in mind 0 generations would be just me, 1 generation would be my contacts, a second generation is contacts of my contacts, and a third generation is contacts of those contacts, and so on up through 30 generations. Our connections funnel represents 30 generations of list builders. Each new generation has the potential to exponentially grow your list. The more generations, the potentially greater the size of your list. Share with just one other list builder, then you will just have 1 generation of list builders helping you build your list. If you elect to share with 20, then you will have 20 generations of list builders helping you build your list. Up to 30 generations of list builders, all helping you build your list. You get to decide. Note, once you joined, you were automatically placed into position number 1, and the other list builders were moved forward 1 position on your website. You will always be in number 1 position on your website. When others join using your website, they are placed in the number 1 position, and you are moved to the number 2 position on their website. This process works the same for each new generation of list builders, moving you forward 1 position and exponentially increasing the number of websites with your name in one of the list builder positions. In a nutshell, you are electing to be on other people's list in exchange for these people being added to your list, and to have up to 30 generations of other people and their contacts getting added to your list. Sounds crazy, I know, but hear me out, because the really crazy is about to happen for you. A concept that will be working for you and those you share PBL with, which will ultimately explode your list. What if we could actually jumpstart the list of the new person or those who have had very little to no success? What if by sharing just 1 new contact, you got not just 1, nor 2, nor 5, but 29 contacts shared with you? What would this do to your own list if every new person you added also shared 1 and got 29 shared with them? And those 29 new contacts were also added to your list. No more what ifs. This powerful feature is the most dynamic benefit I have ever seen and transforms the PBL system from the ordinary to the extraordinary. And when the concept hit me during a light bulb moment prompted by my good wife, I could not sleep for days. It works like this. When you share just one new contact within your first 14 days, you'll have from 1 to 29 other contacts shared with you. Say what? As long as you share your first contact within your first 14 days, you'll be owed the next available new contact that is added to the list of the other list builders whom you shared your first contact with. So your initial decision on how many of the 30 list builders to share with also determines the number of list builders who will share their next new contact with you. If you choose one, then only one list builder will owe you their next contact. If you choose 30, then 29 list builders will owe you. The reason it is not 30 sharing their next available contact is because you would occupy position number 1, and you would only be sharing your first contact with the 29 other list builders showing on your website. Here is the real kicker. It isn't just any randomly selected contact these list builders choose, but the very next available new contact added to each of their lists. And it doesn't matter if the new contact was added by the list builder or another list builder within his or her connections funnel. The PBL system makes certain their next available contact added to their list will also be shared with you and added to your list. Now you know why I couldn't sleep when this idea finally sank into my brain. Finally, something that makes sense to help those who don't have a big list. Remember, you aren't giving up a contact, nor are the other list builders, but everyone is sharing contacts. This is a contact sharing concept, not a contact giving away, passing up or down concept. By doing two very simple things, subscribing to other list builders' lists and sharing your first contact, you've added 59 new contacts to your list. Let's just assume only one of these other list builders that is added to your list does just what you did, subscribed to 30 list builder lists and shared one contact. You'd have another 29 new contacts added to your connections funnel. If this little scenario played out through 30 generations of list builders, you'd have a total of 870 new contacts added to your connections funnel. This also means you would have 871 websites with your name in one of the 30 list builder positions, all building your list. Keep in mind, this is illustrating that only one of the 29 do anything at all. And it was all started by sharing PBL with just one. But you could have within your connections funnel those who not only get a few or even a handful, but hundreds or even thousands all on their own. And as long as he or she is within your connections funnel, the contacts he or she adds to their list will also be shared with you and added to your list. Are you starting to see the whole picture yet? My first few years of online marketing, I developed a pretty decent skill at pay-per-click, but it took countless hours and a ton of money before I finally figured it out and created a list of around 25,000 people. My list today would be considered puny to so many other successful online marketers. Just a side note, my average cost for every lead added to my list was just over $3. Ouch. Oh, how I wish I had the paid to build your list system back then. Regardless of what it cost me to create that list, having it has made all the difference in my success. The money has been in the list. Speaking of money, I haven't made a big deal about the money you could be earning along the way. I did this intentionally because I didn't want the money to cloud your mind from focusing on how the system is designed to help you build a big list as opposed to some greed-jarring fancy car and big home scenario like so many other online programs use to lure you in. However, as we help you build your guru-sized list, you will also be earning some pretty decent income along the way, as you are getting paid $5 instantly into your STP or Payza account for every new contact added to your list, no matter if they join from your website or the potentially thousands of list builder websites scattered across the internet with your name in one of the list builder positions. You'll be making money while building a list, not waiting until you have a list. The potential is mind-boggling. In fact, we have programmed a fun little list projections calculator that can be found under the Tools tab. You're likely wondering, where's the money coming from to pay me $5 instantly for every contact added to my list? Here is where. We offer two versions of the PBL system, version 1.0 free or version 2.0, which includes an upgrade cost. Version 1.0, the free version, allows users to use it without any cost, but with some limitations on the benefits. Version 1.0, the only contacts added to your list will be those contacts joining from your website. In other words, you have 0 generations helping you build your list. Does not include the ability to link your PBL list to an external autoresponder such as Aweber and GBO. Does not include the feature to view contact profiles of people on your list, which is used to make connections with them. Version 2.0 does not have the benefit limitations 1.0 has, but has a one-time cost between $10 to $155, and once again, you get to decide your cost. When you are deciding how many list builders to share with, you are also deciding on your cost. Your one-time cost of version 2.0 will be $5 per list builder chosen, plus $5 to PBL admin. Choose one list builder, your one-time cost will be $10, $5 to the list builder, plus $5 to admin. Choose 30 list builders, your one-time cost will be $155, 5 times 30 list builders plus $5 to admin. Now let's do a quick recap. The PBL system leverages the efforts of one another to help each other build a massive list, just like the online marketing gurus, Facebook and Twitter. You can choose to use version 1.0, the free version, or version 2.0 with an upgrade cost. By choosing version 1.0, you'll have no cost to you, but some system and list building limitations. By choosing version 2.0, you get to decide your cost, plus the amount of lead sharing and list building assistance you'll get from others. If you choose one list builder to share with, your one-time cost will be $10, plus you'll have that one list builder added to your list. Plus, you'll have one list builder share his or her next available contact with you when you share just one contact within your first 14 days. Plus, you'll have one generation of list builders helping you build your list. If you choose 30 list builders to share with, your one-time cost will be $155. Plus, you'll have those 30 list builders added to your list. Plus, you'll have 29 list builders share their next available contact with you when you share just one contact within your first 14 days. Plus, you'll have 30 generations of list builders helping you build your list. We have entered a new era of social connections, and those days of keeping my connections all to myself are gone. We have created a platform that rewards all home-based business entrepreneurs for sharing and doing what they should be focusing on anyways, building a list. The question you should be asking yourself right about now is, do I want a big list or a small list, or one somewhere in between? The decision is yours.